MrBeast getting into huge trouble again. I'll be real, like 90% of MrBeast drama is usually just fabricated for views. That's happened a lot. I think the last big one was probably like the Ava Chris Tyson, whether he knew he was a weirdo or not. I try not to judge people based off of who they're friends with unless it's very serious issues. I do think Chris was fucking weird as shit, but I don't want to hold that over Jimmy for. But apparently he's being sued now.
For a creator as big and recognizable as MrBeast, it becomes near impossible to avoid controversial situations. However, how on earth does a harmless video about exploring ancient culture escalate into a lawsuit-riddled scandal in—
Oh my god, is he being sued by the country again? I remember when MrBeast went to Africa and like fed all these villagers and built all these new towns. And then the internet was like, he's ruining Africa. Meanwhile, like MrBeast did what the government couldn't do in like 1 week that they couldn't do for hundreds of years. And then the African government was like, how dare he come in here and make a mockery of our culture? And I'm like, my God, bro. Like, hey, MrBeast, you can give me a new fucking house. I won't complain about shit. You want to give me a couple million? I'll pass it my way. I won't be angry at nobody. My bad that MrBeast helped y'all out. Like, damn, bro. Motherfuckers be tweaking over this guy.
Involving not just national agencies, but
yeah, it was something like that. I probably don't have all the facts in order, but there was some crazy shit happening in Africa.
The president of an entire country.
A popular YouTuber is now being criticized for filming in some of Mexico's most important archaeological sites. Mexico's president is asking for details on the permit and
he's calling for the death of Jimmy Beast.
Warned that there may be sanctions if that permit was violated.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be going over the recent events behind one of MrBeast's most unexpected controversies. How it all started, why people are mad at Jimmy, and what the real details about the lawsuit actually are. On the 10th of May 2025, Jimmy published a video titled, I Explored 2,000-Year-Old Ancient Temples.
Yeah, I didn't click that shit because low-key, I'm like 31 years old, and MrBeast's videos like aren't as good anymore for me. I really enjoyed Beast games, but then I stopped enjoying it because I didn't know the fucking contestants. Like what MrBeast needs to do is do Beast games, but make it full of like people that we know, like content creators or like celebrities. That I would actually like, but like these random fucking dudes, I don't get it. I do like the destruction porn where he like blows up Ferraris and like sets houses on fire. That's cool. Or spends like millions of dollars to see like really cool houses. But like other than that, I don't really care about history or archaeology. I just don't care.
In which he and his crew visited the ancient Chichen Itza temple and several other—
I will also say MrBeast needs to get rid of his crew. I don't need Chris in the videos. I don't need Carl in the videos. Like, they're usually just reductive to the entire channel. Like, just give me Jimmy, get rid of these other guys, and let him stand on his own 2 feet.
Other archaeological sites in
Carl
Mexico.
is the best, Cap.
Exploring dozens of ancient temples, all of which hide ancient Mayan secrets from the world deep underground.
From navigating underground tombs to inspecting artifacts, Jimmy's team made a conscious effort to take the video beyond flashy entertainment and provided educational insights about the culture viewers might not have known otherwise.
Now that we're at the end, you said you had a surprise.
Yes, this has been found in the last 2 decades.
Oh. Whoa, what?
It is a funerary mask. And this is the face of one of the kings of the Snake Kingdom.
The Mayans used masks like this one to shield those that have passed away from dangers on their journey to the underworld.
That's cool.
Can I hold it?
Yes.
This was made over 1,000 years ago.
Yes.
Which means my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents weren't even alive. Why is this not in a museum? Why is a YouTuber holding this? Get this away from me. Take it, take it.
Don't tell anybody.
True.
Okay, I totally won't show 200 million people.
Culturally significant sites like these are often highly restricted areas that even most archaeologists aren't even given access to.
Yeah, that's nuts.
However, for some reason, Jimmy was seemingly given privileged access.
I really thought he was going to drop it, guys. I really did. And then I was like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I agree with the Mexican folk. Maybe I agree. But he seemed very respectful.
To the area, something he made sure to point out in the video.
It's actually a pyramid built on top of a pyramid. So the deeper we go in, the older things get. Be careful, boys.
Oh,
So
that's
sketchy,
sick.
Jimmy. Can't believe the government's letting us do this. It really is crazy. Not even archaeologists are allowed to go back.
However, there were parts of the area Jimmy's team couldn't set foot in.
At the top of this pyramid is a temple so sacred to the locals that no one is allowed up there. Out of respect for the culture and all the people who hold this very sacred, we are not going to touch the temple.
As unassuming as the video—
Bro, doesn't that make you like want to break a law to get in? Like being told you can't step foot in the top? Doesn't that make you just want to commit a crime? Like, I don't know, dude. Being told that I can't go there, like, that's the thing that I will admit, I trespass nonstop. This was the other day. I was in New York a couple months ago, and it was like, you can't step foot on this boat. And I'm like, really? I bet you I can. And I just walk past the sign. I even take photos of me, like, illegally trespassing. I post that shit on Twitter. I just don't care. Like, I'm just like, what are you gonna do? Then some black lady comes waddling down and says, hey, get your ass off there. And I'm like, nah. And then I chill on there even more. And then after like 30 minutes, I leave and I go get some tacos. But even still, it's like, what are you going to do, man? You know, like that's why I can't wait to get a dog. I'm actually thinking about getting a Labrador Retriever because I see all these signs that say no dogs. And I'm like, okay, prove it. I'll bring my dog right now. It's like a game to me. It's a fucking game. Like they're taunting me, dude. They're taunting me.
And its contents might have been, it was about to spiral into a much larger controversy that no one, not even Jimmy, could have seen coming. By the 15th of May 2025, Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, otherwise known as INAH, released the following statement about Jimmy's latest video on Twitter. Regarding the video released by YouTuber MrBeast, we are pleased that YouTubers and all the young people around the world appreciate the value of our ancestral civilization.
Tough guy, try that in Texas. Stupid take and disrespectful. You know I live in Texas, right? I already do that in Texas. I already do that. It's like come on. Like I'm just going on a boat, right? Or like I'll go a little bit too far in a forest. Because when it says no trespassing, I'm like, oh dude, but there's gotta be something cool back there. And it's always lame as fuck. But it's just something about it gets me excited.
Civilizations. What the INAH strongly condemns is that there are those who take advantage of the goodwill of institutions to commit abuses. Furthermore, the INAH condemns those who, for commercial gain and private profit, dare to distort the value of archaeological sites, which are a legacy of our indigenous cultures and the pride of our nation. Following this, the INAH points out their major concerns with Jimmy's video and outlined the steps they'd be taking to correct these issues. Reading, the permit issued to Full Circle Media, representing MrBeast, did not authorize the publication of false information or the use of images from archaeological sites to advertise trademarks for private profit. The nation's heritage, which is public by nature, cannot be exploited by commercial enterprises. For this reason, the INAH has filed an administrative lawsuit against the production company, demanding compensation for damages and a public retraction for failure to comply with the terms of the permits issued in good faith by the institution. At a first glance, this post seems incredibly damning for Jimmy and raises questions about how his team violated the terms of agreement with INAH. Was it because the video was monetized? Did the advertisement in the video count as private profit? Or perhaps the problem wasn't with Jimmy's video presentation at all? A few days before the INAH made that statement on Twitter, they published a press release regarding how the video was filmed and regulated. Reading, the visit and recording that took place in the archaeological zones was carried out in accordance with requests made formally by the Federal Tourism Secretariat and the governments of the two states mentioned. In addition to this, they corrected some of the misrepresented facts Jimmy made during the video. Reading, in the case of Chichen Itza, we clarify that no drone flight was made inside El Castillo. As falsely mentioned in the video, this flight was made outside the structure. Obviously, the video has extensive audio-visual post-production work and alludes to events that did not occur, such as the one that the producers never descended from a helicopter, nor did they spend the night within the archaeological zone or have any mask in their possession. Pre-Hispanic, because the one they present is clearly contemporary reproduction. All of them are false assertions that obey the theatricality of the YouTuber in question. Even the governor of Campeche came out with a statement affirming Jimmy's adherence to regulations. Reading, MrBeast's team acted at all times with utmost responsibility and respect towards our ancestral heritage. All necessary permits and legal procedures were duly processed and authorized by the INAH-MX, who were present during the filming alongside Sector Campeche and the government of Campeche. All of this would lead one to believe that the lawsuit wasn't filed because of anything Jimmy did personally, but rather some mistakes on the part of the associated production company, Full Circle Media. However, this didn't stop people from assuming Jimmy was part of the lawsuit or criticizing him for entering the archaeological site in the first place.
Now, adding to the controversy, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum herself has requested clarification.
Oh my God, bro. This is the type of beef that I want to get into, where I'm like beefing with the president of America. Bro, Tectone versus Trump drama would be such good shit. Like, man, I'm so jealous of MrBeast being able to feud with the president of Mexico. Like, that's nuts, bro. I tell you this, I watched Tectone, the guy is an absolute piece of shit. We as Americans should not be supporting this criminal. He admits to trespassing on stream. There's been no punishment. It's just no punishment at all. It's disgusting. And this type of behavior cannot fly underneath our once great nation. I'd like to see him try this shit in Texas. Oh, you're telling me he already lives in Texas? How does this man get away with it again? We're going to do something now because Sleepy Joe is sleeping the wheel. Let's see him try this during Trump's America.
On the conditions under which MrBeast and his crew were granted access to these historically significant locations. But the core of the dispute lies in the alleged commercial exploitation of these sites.
You know what I'll do? I'll work my way up. We'll feud with Elon first. Elon fucks with Asmongold, so I technically have a line to where I can have beef with Elon. Then once I have beef with Elon, then I'll go after Elon's son, and then after that, then we go to the United States of America president. Dude, Twitter beef with Trump, that shit would go hard.
In fact, throughout the video, MrBeast is seen promoting his own brand of snacks, even referring to them as Mayan approved. And the Institute asserts that the permit granted to Full Circle Media was solely for filming purposes and did not extend.
You need more viewers? You remember that I had 3.7 million viewers on Kick yesterday, right? Hello?
To the promotion of private brands. The sentiment is echoed by locals in the region. And in Merida, the capital of Yucatan state, residents, including tour guides, have voiced their disapproval for the preferential access seemingly granted to the YouTuber.
With the media cycle in full swing and criticism coming in every direction, Jimmy had two choices. Either 1, let things run their course and let the controversy die down on its own, or 2, speak up and clarify the situation. Fortunately for Jimmy, he chose the latter. But would that be enough to convince those who already assumed he was in the wrong? By the 18th of May 2025, Jimmy tweeted out the following statement defending his visit to the ancient Mayan temples, reading, "I've seen a lot of stories about our recent video in Mexico and wanted to clear some false things being said. We did this video to get people all over the world excited to learn more about their culture. Much like we did with our pyramids video, we are not and never have been sued by them, lol. That is false, and it saddens me to see people spreading lies. We filmed with full permits, followed guidelines, had representatives from government agencies following us, Mexican archaeologists to make sure we were accurate, and representatives from sites to ensure we were following the rules." To fully get his point across, Jimmy included several statements from the governor that support the stance of no lawsuit being filed against him, reading, "This material, by the way, was produced with respect and professionalism. I'm surprised that, on the other hand, the Ministry of Culture wants to sanction the production for its adaptations for an international youth and children's audience, which are typical characteristics of visual literature. These adaptations do not violate current law." Regarding concerns about the advertising featured in the video, Jimmy made it clear that all government agencies were aware of the Feastables ad, and everything in the video was pre-approved. He also shared a few extra details that show the visit.
Little plug for Jimmy. I think Feastables is one of the best chocolate bars on earth. I do. I like the ones with the rice bits. I think it's incredibly overhated. Now, the original Feastables tasted like shit. The new ones, oh my God. They tasted so fucking good. Little plug.
Had other positive impacts on the surrounding communities beyond mere exposure, rating, "They were aware of us mentioning Feastables in the video, but for the respect of the sites, it was filmed off-site from any national monuments. The dinner scene where I made the Feastables joke was not near any Mayan temples. We also never planned on sharing this, but as always, my hand is forced by false headlines. Behind the scenes, we funded wells and water projects in the state. I've also
Still tastes like ass? You tell me what girl's ass tastes like MrBeast chocolate? I'd be in there 24/7. There is no way you think ass tastes like that.
Also been working with INAH on a fund to support local Mexican archaeology and new discoveries because I wanted to help spread the culture as a thanks for allowing us to film. While it seems Jimmy wouldn't be facing any direct legal action, the same couldn't be said for the production company he collaborated with, as the INAH stated the following a day later. The administrative legal procedure against the legal entity Full Circle Media, SADCV, due to the violation of the terms of the permit for the production of a documentary video titled MrBeast, I Spent 100 Hours Exploring the Mayan Jungle, was notified to the company on May 14th of the current year. The YouTuber used the permit to make another promotional video for his MrBeast Feastables chocolate and other commercial brands such as Walmart, 7-Eleven, Kroger, and Albertsons. This constitutes a violation as it created a production different from the one authorized, with commercial purposes and using the archaeological sites to monetize content through digital platforms. This is prohibited in accordance with the general law of national assets. Naturally, this emerging lawsuit caused some confusion on why INAH was suing the production company even after they had approved the video almost immediately after.
Doesn't this kind of sound like the Mexican government is just salty? They're just upset that they didn't get cut in on the Feastables deal, and that's it? Because it really sounds like nothing Jimmy Beast did was wrong at all. It once again sounds like somebody's salty as fuck and they be suing his ass for no reason.
To filming. From Jimmy's earlier statement, it seems the INAH had their agents present during the production and allowed him to include the Feastables ad. So what had changed after the video was released? More importantly, what would the result of the lawsuit mean for the MrBeast brand and the production company that he worked with? The current MrBeast controversy is the perfect example of doing everything right, but still losing the game. From Jimmy's perspective, he had gone through all the necessary red tapes to get the video produced, even going the extra mile to give back to the community he worked with. However, he inevitably ended up getting caught in controversy on a national scale. Could it be that the MrBeast brand is simply so big that it has become a magnet for contention, or was something amiss behind the scenes? Either way.
Here's the thing. MrBeast is the largest content creator in the world. Bro has so much money. Bro has so much fame. Anybody is willing to do anything to get a slice of the pie. That's why I take any major content creator controversy with a massive grain of salt, because you say Asmongold bad, it gets you views. You say Hassan bad, it gets you views. You say Denim's bad, it gets you views. You say Tectone bad, it gets you views. You say Frogan bad, surprisingly, she's so hated, that gets you views. You say MrBeast bad, you say Kai Cenat bad, you say Markiplier bad, you say Jacksepticeye bad, you say any of these people bad, and it's one, gonna confirm people's confirmation bias, or two, it's going to have people intrigued enough to at least give it a view and see if there's actually any real detail into it. This is why everybody should approach all of these issues with skepticism, because a lot of people could have drawn the narrative that, oh, MrBeast is getting sued, he must have fucked up, when in reality, the Mexican government just kind of took an L on this one, man. L Mexican government, W MrBeast. He didn't even fucking do anything wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna go buy 3 Feastables today just to celebrate my boy MrBeast. I'll be real, that guy probably hates my ass. But regardless, he didn't do anything wrong. I'm glad I watched that.